Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced there will be a established state of emergency in 7 police divisions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier. Greetings, 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 and salutations to all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier of the Approach TV, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'm asking you to hit that red subscribe button and we're going to have a great relationship. Thank you for tuning in today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a serious issue has been plaguing our beautiful, beautiful island, and that issue is crime and violence. Not just crime and violence, but murder. Some heinous crimes and violence. And the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness, has announced Sunday that to lower the crime and violence deliberately in the St. Andrew South, Kingston West, and the Kingston Central area, and in the Eastern Corporate area, and St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, there will be a SOE, which is another curfewing of the area, another state of emergency of the area. It says to the west boundary continues northwesternly directly from Portmore, the Causeway Bridge along the fresh water, and alongside Shear, the parish, the border of St. Anne, St. Catherine, west of Riverton, and extend to intersect with the northern boundary at the westernmost end of the boulevard of Ferry Second Road. The western boundary extend in the northerly direction along the coast of Westmoreland and then Hanover to the coast of Lucia in Hanover. The state of public emergency are now in effect in 7 police divisions island-wide to curtail the upsurge in violent crime. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, who made an announcement on Sunday, indicated that these have been declared to be a necessity in these areas. Like I said, St. Andrew South, Kingston West, Kingston Central, Kingston East, in the corporate area, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland. Speaking during a virtual press conference in the office of the Prime Minister media room, Mr. Holness indicated that all divisions were recording increase in violent crime, ranging from 16 to 57%. All have murder rates per 1,000 in excess of the regional average, which is 15%. In fact, the murder rate in these divisions range from a low of approximately 47 per 1,000 to a high of 190 per 1,000, he informed. We have decided to recommend the declaration of the SOE having regard to increase in murder. Compare year on year, both in the communities in we have declared them and nationally. These increase we consider to be have extensive scale, such as that they threaten public safety, but in the community in which the SOE have been declared and nationally, he added. Mr. Holness said that SOE have also been declared because of the nature and the frequency of the violence surrounding the murder and other crimes which have involved in levels of brutality. Yoaganti. He says that it appears that the increase extends scales such as threaten public safety, both locally and nationally. Now, he says the brutality and the level of savagery, such that it is almost like it's a competition of cruelty. Let's go back on that again, where the Prime Minister is recognizing that we have some brutal and heinous violent criminals in our country. And we need to take a real look at this situation because it's getting out of hand. We need a death penalty. We need a hanging system. We need to send them to the gallows. Although it's back in the days, we need some deterrent. Again, Mr. Holness said, the state of emergency have also been declared because of the nature, the frequency of the violence surrounding the murder and other crime, which has evolved to a level of brutality and a level of savagery such that it is almost like a competition of cruelty. The Police Commissioner, Major General Anderson, said the imposition of the state of emergency is designed to reduce violence in the community as quickly as possible and reduce fear. He pointed out that Jamaica homicide rate remained within the top 5 of countries in the world. As at November 12, 2021, our serious crime data show that we have an increase in murder, shooting, and remain largely flat, but other crimes are trending down. What this means is that we have a violent problem, the commissioner noted. General Anderson advised that the loss of life in Jamaica lodges the member of criminal gang accounted approximately 70% of all members that are included in murder. 70% of all deaths that are murders is because of criminal gangs. He indicated that 19% of these are caused by person inability to resolve personal differences without violence. As at Friday, November 12th, there were 1,240 victims of murder. 392 of those were killed across 4 divisions in Kingston alone and St. Andrew, which represented 32% of the national figure of 1,100 persons shot who were not killed. The region accounted for 391 of those victims, or 36% of the nation's figure, he indicated. So 1,240 victims were killed. 992 were responsible in Kingston. 1,100 were shot but not dead. And 391 were responsible in Kingston. So 391 more got away. But 392 did not get through. In the parish of St. James, Westmoreland and Hanover, there has been 272 victims of murder, which represent 22% of the nation's figure, while 214 shot and injured, also represented 22% of the nation's figure. He added, General Anderson said despite the declaration of SOE, other security measures will continue across the island. The imposition of SOE does not remove or detract from any other policies or policing method that we have been using and have been employed recently, he emphasized. Meanwhile, Chief Defense Staff Lieutenant General Rock Mead said that spike in violent crime has proven to be well beyond the sphere of normal routine policing, noting that the JDF can more effectively assist the JCF with the additional power. He advised that most of the troops have been deployed on the area of the JDF and JCF have been trained and orientated to give the regards of basic human and civil rights of persons within the community. General Meade encouraged citizens to provide information that can assist the security force by calling 311 or 876-837-8888. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Horace Chan, noted that the SOE are made to restore normalcy in the tragic and targeted communities and protect the lives of law-abiding citizens. The boundaries of the state of public emergency in the corporate areas are as follows. North. The northern boundaries will start in the westernmost end of the boulevard of Ferry Second Road, extended in the easterly direction along with Boulevard of Ferry Road, and then continues easterly to the foot of Red Hills at the intersection of Perkins Boulevard, Malines Road, and Red Hills Road. The boundaries then continue south-southerly direction along Malines Road, Seaward Drive, Mimasa Road, Aloe Avenue, Bay Farm Road, Newark Avenue, Elm Crescent, Kisses Avenue, Hagley Park Road, O'Mara Road, and Shillong Avenue, then onto Maxfield Avenue, Russia Road, and in the easterly direction to Lyndhurst Road, its intersection with Spline Road, then easterly along Torrington Road and Hero Circle, and then continue to Connolly Avenue onto Dames Drive to the intersection with Southern Camp Road. The boundaries then proceed onto Vineyard Road, Diana Drive on Lexington Avenue, and then onto Durney Road to the intersection with Mountain View Avenue. The boundary then extend in an easterly along any imaginary line to the sheer parish border of St. Andrew and St. Thomas. To the east, the eastern boundary continues in a southerly direction along the sheer parish border of St. Andrew and St. Thomas to the coast. The south, southern border boundary extended westernly along the coast of St. Andrew, then along the Kingston coastline to the Kingston Container Terminal, and then to the Portmore Causeway Bridge. West, the western boundary continues in the northern westerly direction from the Portmore Causeway Bridge along the Freshwater, then along the shared parish border of St. Andrew and St. Catherine, west of Riverton, and extend to the intersection with the northern boundary at the westernmost end of the Boulevard of Ferry Secondary Road. Meanwhile, the area under the SOE of the St. James Western, Westmoreland and Hanover will consist of the entire area comprised of the parish within following established border. North, the northern border started from Lucia in Hanover and then extended in the eastern direction along with the coast of Hanover and then St. James to the coastline intersection of the St. James and Trelawney parish boundary. East, the eastern boundaries then extend in the southerly direction along shared parish border of St. James, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland to the coast. The southern boundary continues along the coast western to the western point of the island at West End in Westmoreland. West, the western boundary then extend in a northerly direction along the coast of Westmoreland and then Hanover to the coast of Lucia in Hanover. Now the Prime Minister is tooting and making sure that we understand that he has given a thumbs up, a great job for what Mr. Chang and what Mr. Anderson has done. Now, there are many people that are pushing back. How can you give a thumbs up, approval, passing grade for two of the country's two highest lawmen when the country is riddled with crime, when the country is riddled with unemployment and poverty, when the country is being recorded in the top 5 of the murder capital in the world after we have been on almost a 2-year lockdown because of the pandemic of the corona. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give me your opinion on this right here. Is the Prime Minister correct in locking down the place and putting the country under SOE after SOE after SOE when we have had state of emergency before the coronavirus, when we have had state of emergency during the coronavirus, when we have had lockdowns because of the pandemic, and the crime rate continue to skyrocket? We're on the way, ladies and gentlemen, to beat last year's. Right now, we are at 1,240 murders in Jamaica, and they want to blame them on gangs. So why aren't we getting rid of these gangs? Where are these guns coming from? Oh, I could tell you, it's the same people that they're praising are the real gang leaders, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? You are guarantee what I'm saying. It's the people them that are in power. The two illegal party, the PMP and the JLP party them. And you hear them call people about for lack of illegal party. Enough to vote these people out. Them take enough a joke. We have top 10, top 5 murder capital, top 10, top 5 kidnapping, violence against women in the world. And we continue to let these hybrid melanated people treat us like we have no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Jamaica has given a thumbs up and applauding approval to Horace Chang and to Anthony Anderson for their job that they have been doing against crime in Jamaica. Can you believe this? Can you believe the audacity of the government, what they have done? And all they have done is that they have raised crime because they have stressed the people, locked them down, told the criminals where they could find each other, instead of being out, hiding somewhere else. They have pinpointed them and turned each other against each other. Of course, crime is going to rise. Of course, violence, domestic violence is going to rise. Of course, sexual predators are going to feast because the children are home. Of course, child abuse is going to increase because the families cannot de-stress and send the children out to school. They have created a pandemic of crime that is not being reported in the household, in the community, worldwide. They might take world bribe. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear what I said? The Prime Minister has announced another 7 police district that's going to be on the SOE, a state of emergency, due to the rise in violent crime. And it appears that's all we can do. When the people them misbehave, send them to them room. Lock them down like some little children. Because we not discuss, we not look into the real issues. What's causing the crime? What's creating the violence? Who is supplying the weapons, the guns? Who is supplying the bullets? Where they're coming from? We not met none. We just bust them. People, it's the same MPs. The same people that are in charge in your community are the ones that are providing on a casket. And them are provide the big man and the few gangs them with weapons. And I go on like them don't know how I go on. And when they done them overstep and overrun them boundaries, them see them one know if to find them and go for them. You are guarantee. I see it all in the paper people all chat about when you get rid of the damn them, it cause more violence. And a lot of people may here agree with that because they are lawless. Because them know that the police them are corrupt and the government them not stop invent crime. Open up on the eyes, people. Don't be blind. All them do is just lock down the people them and I run off them mouth. And I promise from year in, year out, how much lockdown, how much SOE, what it's going to take Vote them out, people. Get rid of them. You know I'm Rastafari soldier, ladies and gentlemen of the Approach TV, reporting here live in the Day Approach studio. Let me know, say, the Prime Minister of the island and the governmental bodies. Yeah, me a talk about Shang, and me a talk about Anderson, me a talk about the big man them, then take with the idiot. You are gonna take. But I saw the thing set up. Yeah. I saw the thing set up. Then take with a shaper. But me I tell my people, say, to open up their eyes and realize when it come election day, vote them out. I saw your make, your power talk, and the bull walk. Subscribe, like, and share. Leave your honest comment. You're here.